jamespoeartistry.online.
Hello, perceptive readers. This is just a James Poeartistry moment. I want to talk for a few seconds on this, where it's really some minutes, really, on this caring and sharing Thursday. So, when you care about someone, uh, you just automatically share things with them, don't you? You share things with them, and whatever it is that's important to them, especially whether it's a gift or financial or what or otherwise, you also share their items as well. You know, I'd like to mention that when it comes to even hyperlinks, you see, even hyperlinks that uh, sharing a hyperlink is within a person's budget. Isn't it? You know, and see, and on one hand, it's funny to me anyway to say it in that way. And guess what? There are some people that heard that statement I just made, and they'll probably tell you, no, depending on where you're at, even just sharing a link is a costly, or guess what? Or it's very valuable. See, so that's bringing it right back to me again. See, there are people who they factor in everything. When I say everything, literally, they factor in everything. Boy, I guess this is going into a consultant moment where I'm not giving you any advice except but to share people's links, their products and things of that nature on social media. But getting right back the subject matter about they factor in everything. What are they factoring in? They're actually factoring in it for monetization, monetary purposes. So I'm telling you, there are some items, there are skills, there are other activities that you do that you're almost like, this costs nothing. Did you ever hear the expression about love is free? Huh. As I said again, depending on who you're dealing with, even that you see isn't free. That generosity, that kindness, that sincere feeling. Some people say that authentic feeling that you have for this individual or that individual. And so, depending on the world or circle that you're in, let me tell you, you can get so used to actually dealing with persons who really in their mind factor in and monetize everything. You see, that for this cost or that cost, that when you can run into just a simple person, simple farmer, or I'll say simple vendor who has not really been wrapped up in all of that, or just the way that they conducted daily interactions with people, my bit more in the world ain't thinking about this or that at all. Bit more in the world thinking about it. Yet it can seem hard to believe. And so all the same, I'm just telling you on this Karen Sharing Thursday that your links that you share of another person's, it does have so much value to it. See, I looked at it from a standpoint of emotional support for a person. You see what I'm saying? And hey, and if somebody actually acts upon the link that they end up seeing for your product or what have you, then of course that turns into even monetary value. I'm just here to also tell you that there are some people who factor in everything of the human aspect of life, you see, and it's very, very valuable. Now, moving to the next subject that actually still builds upon this. This is the reason why I tell you And I'm telling you this today. That's why if you run into a person, and this is how you can tell sometimes whether they're reasonable or not, and you already have put in the work, excellent work, your career, your resume, your profile, I mean, it could already be several pages long if you really, really wanted to break it down. But remember, when it comes to any type of a job, they'll tell you in a minute, even for your resume anymore, it's like, man, you just better put something in the first paragraph or so that will really catch their attention. And the thing about that as well is, yes, it's gotten to the point, sad to say, um, some people fall into what they call even padding their resume, where they're actually saying that they have skills and credentials that they actually don't have, or they forged them, or what have you. And that's really a sad thing as well. You see, and so all the same, whatever the job is for, you actually just try to zoom in on what skills you have that would do that job on excellence level. You see what I'm saying? Or if you're even working towards it, you're mentioning sometimes even your classes or what have you you're taking to accomplish that. So you may not have a degree in a certain field, but they'll already see from what you've written down that this is what you are working towards. You may even have on the job experience already. You see what I'm saying? Even though you don't even have the degree. Uh, and so, with that, being known, uh, persons, if they're always looking for something and say, well, this is what you got to do this next, or you need to do this now, you got to already have it or what have you. Well, you know what? Sometimes in order to get to that next level, you literally need to compensate the person monetarily so that then they can jump that hurdle and get to the next level. See, I already know some persons got arguments on why they don't do this or do that. All I'm telling you is, in the context of my experience of what I know what I'm talking about, and I won't even go into the background of all of that. Yes, there are some places, you see, and it still goes into wealth and abundance. Because I want to tell you now, see, I get it all get it out the way. It's one thing to talk as an individual, and I just keep on saying that. Sometimes I've dealt with so many persons who are just really individuals or single or what have you, is that, I tell them, yes, be thankful for your circumstances that you have then. But remember, if you end up joining with someone else, you end up getting married or what have you, then you bet not walk around with that attitude that you can't take it with you when you die. I don't care. You still make as much as you can for your family and your offspring. And see, and this is another reason, tell you the truth, one of the reasons why I think so many marriages have problems. You got persons that are going to marriage unions, and it's almost like they still don't grasp the responsibility of, hey, yes, you provide for today, and yet you know what? You want to provide for tomorrow if you're not even around. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay. Then they'll mention what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6 about not being anxious for each day. I'm not arguing with that at all. No, no. What I'm telling you is this is what you understand when you read the whole Bible. This is what you understand when you read the whole Bible. It deals with, again, the context and circumstances of what actually needs to be accomplished at times. For example, here it is, we're not supposed to be anxious for each day. And yet, guess what? Jehovah God, Jesus Father, still had put in place, still had put in place arrangements for inheritances. You see what I'm saying? To be passed on to the next generation and things of that nature. That was put in place. Same thing about what even giving, charitable giving. You see? Persons already who had worked hard or what have you became rich and things of the nature. Some of them, you see, even at the point of if they were going to pass away or die, guess what? Guess who they pass it on to? If they didn't have any offspring, or if they still in their abundance wanted to still set something aside, even 10% of that estate to their own spiritual organization that they had supported and loved all their life, then guess what? They did that too. So this what I'm telling you. The encouragement from Jesus is to still don't be stressed out about making a living, but we're still supposed to make a living. And so the whole point is, you know, when you, as I said before, it's one thing to be single and have that mindset that you can just do anything and all that stuff like that. But it's quite another when you have persons in your charge that you not only got to provide for that day, but I told you, have something for them for tomorrow if you're not around. Okay? All right? Take care, perceptive readers. Enjoy the caring and sharing Thursday. Take care.
jamespoeartistry.online